Okay, collective. Um, the download immediately before me starting this video is Unpredictable. Via the song by Jamie Foxx. And I love that song, but I was listening to the lyrics and I was just kind of like, oh, wow. There was a lot, like, it was funny though, because I didn't expect that. I was going to get this deck, which is that mixture of 3 decks. It's the Empress deck. Let me excuse me, let me get an incense lit, since the only thing I have going is that candle right now. The energy has been, okay, well, let's just be honest. The karmic's energy, like, oh God. Yeah, poor unfortunate souls. That's all I can really say about this and at this point in time, because it is what it is, right? Lights out. Oh goodness. Yeah, sucks to be them, right? Well, you know, live and learn. And then you move on. All right, let's get comfortable. About to do something we never done before. Maybe not the usual. Tonight we're getting unpredictable. So that's the energy coming from. This is hilarious. That's coming from this person that wants to marry you. Just plain and simple. This person that wants to marry you. That's the truth. I don't know how else to do this. Like, I read the cards how they come out. Yeah, this person is like, I want to be there for you in every way possible. It's like rest. Like, this person wants to, like, if you've been a sleeping beauty, they want to pick you up from your slumber, wake you from your slumber. If you haven't gotten rest and you've been the busy, you know, person, they want to make sure that you get your rest. They want to look after you while you rest. Come and kiss you and lay the cover over you, type of energy. And basically, they want to be everything that you need. I don't want to cry. Oh my God, I didn't think it was going to get emotional like this. I thought I was going to be laughing and giggling. Because that's been the energy. But this is very beautiful. Like, I've never had this, so I'm glad somebody's going to get this. So, you know, this is what we give in hopes that we'll receive it one day, right? This is so beautiful. I don't want to cry. It's waterproof mascara, but still. It's this person who really loves you. They really want to defend you against anything that comes up in this world. It's the energy that I get. Like, the King of Potions is the King of Cups, because it's a drink, right? So this person really loves you. They're emotionally balanced, all that stuff, all that good stuff. They're a Knight of Swords energy as well. So they're really determined. They want to give you, and then it's the World card. Like, so they're determined to complete this, to move forward. And stand in their personal power, which is the Two of Wands. But I feel like this is a lot calling Divine Feminine, because, well, Divine Feminine actually, okay, that was a download too, because I got a lot of information for Divine Feminine right now, because for a lot of Divine Feminines, especially ones that really resonate with these readings, the ones that have been through, like, what almost feels like everything, right? You've been through everything, and you, as a result, you have no one, right? Kind of energy. Close to no one, right? Yeah. The wounded warrior. But now I get it's an energy of like, oh, okay, you want to fuck with me? This is my gate. You want to come fuck with me? Okay, come behind my gate. Go ahead. Try it now. Try to approach my house now and see what happens. There's this very, let me not get too far into it, because I feel like Divine Feminine, you know, It's a grown woman. That woman's, you know, but still a baby though. Like the innocence behind this fierceness is crazy. It's not crazy. It's just like, it's people haven't seen this. People don't know how to do this. People don't know how to be just as fierce when it's needed, you know. And it's a slow progression, right? It's not something that happens overnight. You know what I mean? Like everybody has emotions, everybody has feelings, everybody has moments of discomfort, everybody has moments of being triggered, you know, all of these different things, right? It's how you respond to that. And you've been, like, the way you responded to everything that's actually happened to you, where most people would probably combust. I mean, literally go crazy on the world, on everybody around them. But, you know, but that's also what makes you so beautiful. You know, it's an innocent beautiful. It's like someone who doesn't know, who when they look in the mirror, they see how people treat them. They don't see how they look. You get it? They see how people treat them. So because people have treated them ugly, they look in the mirror and they see someone who's not attractive, someone who's not valuable, somebody who's not, you know, all these things that, but it's not true. It's just, that's how things have played out, you know. And to grow through that, to be in this energy where it's like, okay, now I know how to stand my ground. Since everybody wanted to drag me to the ground, now I know how. Now I know what this is about. So now you can't even come to me. You can't even get to me. You can't even come at me. And so, let's move on. And so, this person here, this Knight of Wands energy, this person is so, like, has a lot of passion for you. They're being very adventurous. But this is a risk for both of you guys. I think you both see there's a risk here. There's a risk that both of you are willing to take, though. And Divine Feminine, you have to remember, yeah, it's a risk that both of you are willing to take, right? And it puts you in this Page of Wands energy, which brings you into this inspired about just life in general, right? The inspiration of your aspirations makes you excited about life, the end, right? And because of that, you're successful. Because of that, you end up not riding alone. Because of this, you know what I mean? It's like your true power starts to show, okay? And for Divine Feminine, I think, and Divine Masculine, I think Divine Masculine is on to this, though. I feel like more masculines have awakened to certain things, the ones that are serious about what they want right now, that are serious about their manifestations. But you're not standing in your own way. I don't want to present it as though it's something like that. But you are at the same time. Or you might have been. Let's put it that way. You may have been. And you realize, like, okay, it is safe to love. It's safe for me energetically to give my heart to someone. It's safe for me to give my body to someone. It's safe for me to spend time, you know, investing in someone else and trusting someone else and allowing someone to come in and be close and to, you know, to touch on you, to feel you, to understand you. Not in a way of like touchy-feely to just like be groping you. Touchy-feely to like be close to you and know what you feel like in every moment, if that makes sense. I'll give you an example. You ever been close to someone, like in an embrace or a hug, when something startled them and you could feel their heartbeat? So it's kind of like that type of energy. They want to be close enough to know, you know your heartbeat and be on the same, like be able to tap into that vibration of you. This is wild. This is a guy who's a geek. I love it. Tap into the vibration of you so that they can keep, it's not like track, but like you have to understand it is. It's for safety though, because this is your protector. This is your wolf, you know? This is the wolf. And this energy is a youthful energy. This is why things work. Again, I said it the other day, and I don't think I posted that video. Okay, well, I said that like you have to be able to embody, like, to go through these different energies in the correct way, right? In order to actually evolve and be the biggest and best person for yourself, to evolve into who you really want to be. At the core of you is all of this. At the core of each and every person is all of this. Some people just don't measure up the same, right? That's why there's levels to this shit. So, but anyway, I don't know what else to say. It's like the victory is already come out on the table. The truth is out on the table. Your past is out on the table. Whatever people want to say, everybody has a past. What are you doing now? What are you doing today? How are you treating people currently? What have you been working on in the last 6 months, 3 months, year, 2 years, 6 years? How long have you been committed to this? When did this start? This new. Oh, it's not new? Oh, because that's what they try to act like with you, collective, and that's what's concerning, because I think divine feminine and divine masculine both have to come to this realization that, like, oh no, just because your person was involved with people that were low vibrational and they wanted to engage on a low vibrational level doesn't mean that they are low vibrational. Doesn't mean that that's where the center of them lies. They were able to meet these people there for their own needs. They have needs, you know, and because at some point you both had decided to break away from the connection energetically, because you understand that most of these divine unions started very majestically. Let's just call it that, right? So when you guys come together, it's just kind of like it is very vibrational. It's very energetic. It's life-changing, right? It has to be. Or else how would you know that it's really what it is? So no matter how much of a mountain thought, you know, divine feminine has been. Oh gosh, that was something I came up with. And we're going to do a video on that, just kind of about divine feminine. Maybe I'll put that as the thing now. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put that as the thumbnail, like I planned. But the mountain thought, and I only thought about this because the incense that I lit it like ashed on here just now. And I was like, oh yeah, mountain thoughts. So mountain thoughts is like just a statement to the fact that, you know, collective's not a virgin, right? We're not virgins, right? We would love to be, you know, to be able to start over, but then we would have missed out on some of the things that we have obtained, the lessons that we learned in those instances, because we don't want to negate any lesson. And that's how you know divine masculine and divine feminine are really very much so ready for one another. They've given up everything, you know, that they needed to. You know, they've stripped back all of those layers, you know, and now they're in a space of rawness. And this rawness exists between these two. And when they connect their energies, it's just insane. I'm sorry, I'm getting off subject, but the collective is not a virgin. They're also not a prostitute though. You know what I mean? They're not out there sleeping around, you know, not saying that there's anything wrong with someone that's decided to live their life that way, because everybody's entitled to choose what they feel is best for them, right? We're not here to judge, but if someone is looking for, there's a difference. We're not here to be a mirror to people who don't want to look. You can't see your reflection if you don't look in the mirror. So the people that are looking in your direction, feeling these triggers in whatever way, that's their problem. Collective understands that now. Like, it's all about you. Right? So these people are oblivious. But sorry. But you also aren't the type of person to be active. You've never been active with multiple people. You're not going to this person and then going to this person and then, you know, and just kind of, you know, back and forth. Oh, nah, ain't none of that shit. No. It's just not a possibility. That's not how you chose to delegate your vessel to be utilized. You just weren't. You were like, okay, just one. It takes one at a time. I'm just saying, there's, you know, it's like swiping at two ATMs, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. That's how I feel about people that like dip and dabble and work with multiple people that don't necessarily even know, but then they haven't identified this or established their connections either. Those are the people that I'm talking to. These are the people that collective is not socializing, and this is not the type of person that collective or their person has been. They've been able to engage in that because they're not judgmental. I think that's the biggest part that people miss. They're not judgmental. They don't judge people by what they choose to do. They just see where it meets this is where the need meets. Okay, this is where we can converse. This is where we can connect because you have something I need and you're comfortable with me being in your space and vice versa. It doesn't really have this big, huge, imaginative connection that most other people are maybe even hoping for with the collective a lot of the times. Anyway. You don't do third parties. If someone is in an open marriage or they're poly, etc., this is the thing for collective. People who have something to hide typically don't inform you about that, right? They don't come to you and go, hey, I got a secret. By the way, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine has a secret. I wrote a little rhyme about it. So I'm going to have to look at my phone, I think. But he's going to tell you. Now, if someone's in an open marriage, poly, etc., they inform their person however they inform their person. How could we ever do that in the first place? Because we're not their person. We're not attached to their person. We hope, you know what I mean? Like, these are not the, you know what I mean? So it's like with third parties, it's like this is a disassociation for a collective. A disassociation. This is not, no. Anyway. Because that stuff can get tricky. It can get confusing. It can get muddied. It can get, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I deserve somebody that just wants to be with me. Call me crazy. I just, gee golly. I don't know how else to explain it. I believe that I deserve someone that's just going to want to hold me and be with me and love me and spend time with me and converse with me and do things with me. Like, why is that crazy to everybody? This is what love looks like. You've healed enough to not be hung up on the things that would hold you back from being able to give and receive in a healthy manner with someone, and that's beautiful. Anyway, but yeah, it's not the collective's call how people inform people of their whatever they've got going on that has nothing to do with the collective, but they wanted to maybe try to bring the collective in on or make the collective a part of. And again, no, collective meets people where they are. What they communicate is their responsibility. They know what they're engaging in when they engage in what they're engaging in with the collective. But this is the thing. People want to bring up, like, all of this is past shit. Like, what have you done in the last year? In the last year, where have you been? How many bodies you got counted on that shit? In 2023, how many went up in thee? People don't like that message, huh? Why? Ooh. Y'all might go ahead and click off, huh? Bye. As if. I'm just keeping it 100. This is not the society in the world that, like, we should be smarter than that. Once you know better, you do better. That is I'm gonna leave it alone. It's demonic attachment, the need, that's codependency, to not be able to be by yourself in multiple ways, not just physically, but like emotionally be by yourself, and mentally be by yourself, and physically be by, just like in a lot of different ways. There are a lot of different ways that you have to work through when you're doing your shadow work, a lot of different emotions and feelings and things like this. Now, if you're in a marriage, you already have someone to back you on this. You have someone that can go through the journey with you. This is beautiful. Someone to help you stretch, 1919 on the clock. Someone to help stretch you out in the morning and help you get your body right and do the things with you. That's what relationships are supposed to fucking be like. Why does everybody think, like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be this, that? Like, no, we're supposed to be loving on each other. What the fuck? And we wonder why people are in these lost, loveless marriages. Yeah, because you forgot what love really meant. Love doesn't just mean let's get together and make an empire with money. Yes, let's get together and make an empire with money. But we want a lot of more things that we've got that builds up this empire. An empire just solely built on one thing or the other. it takes a lot. It's like a pot of soup or something, you know, that stone soup or something. Every kid in the class had to bring some shit for that. Anyway, so again, at that point, the collective is very well equipped because you've been through so much, you've learned so much, you've evolved. You know what I mean? And if I sound like I'm upset, it's not that I'm not upset at all. There's not a upset bone in my body, but I think there's a disconnect with people who don't want to acknowledge that, you know, they want to look at it and say, oh, this is old school and that's old fashioned way of thinking. The world is different now. Everybody's doing this. That's what's wrong. That's why we have all these marriages that are jacked up. That's why we have all these situationships. Now we got new names for shit that wasn't ever supposed to exist. Situationship. What's that mean? You started fucking somebody, now you want to have a relationship with them because you're pouring your energy into them, your most powerful energy into them, and then they don't want to have this connection, or there's some disconnection. Why? Because you made the connection before having a connection. What? Yeah. My sentiment exactly. What the fuck are y'all doing out here? What the fuck did we create? We gotta think about that. Anybody that's over the age of 18, because that's when you become an adult, right? Anybody over the age of 18 needs to start looking at themselves. Look. Two of Wands needs to start standing in their personal power and boldness. Just boldness. Boldness, because it's like people lack that. There's less and less of that the more that we exist. That's not good. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. That less and less people are actually standing in their boldness. It's bold less. People are bold less about who they are, about the standards that they keep for their own vessels. That's why other people are driving their vessels. They got other people. This is the thing. I'm not trying to call nobody out. I'm going to leave it anonymous. There is a gentleman who's very famous and well known that said that their last person that they were with before they became famous, they were going to just stay attached to that person. They didn't even care. They weren't going to have another relationship. No one was going to get them over their past person. It's wild to me. It's wild to me that people don't understand that, I don't know, detachment is necessary in order to really figure ourselves out, because we've all, not all, I can't say all, because I know people that actually did wait till they were married to get to actually have sex and to commit to that physical interaction, and they have a beautiful family with their home, and I believe that they I believe that they deserve that for keeping their vessels, and I hope that they continue to remain to keep their vessels. You know what I mean? This is some everlasting type of stuff. Yeah, they'll be victorious. Amen. I love that. I love the way the spirit comes through for me. They'll be victorious. 23 on the clock. So if any of those of my friends are watching, and I know those of my friends who I have in mind, but I love that powerful message for your relationship, as well as the relationships that are coming for the collective individuals that value themselves now. If they didn't then, they do now. If they didn't have a fence and some gate and guard built around them for whatever reason, because the collective don't blame, collective don't judge. We acknowledge. We let you know when we see you. Sometimes we don't, though. Sometimes we act like we don't. Because sometimes we want to see what the people will do. It's like, we want to know what people will really do. Like how far people will go. Sometimes, so we can really start to understand the psyche of the human. That's what the collective be doing when they be dibbling it. But we be like, oh, we've seen enough. We know people are low. We've had a new approach to how we examine things now. Let's just put it that way. That's that Ace of Wands. I'm sorry, Ace of Swords. Ooh, that's the truth. Oh, wow, that came out twice. Wow, you're the truth twice on this table. This is so beautiful. I wasn't expecting any of this for this reading. I'm so glad it's coming out the way it is. Unpredictable. Listen. That's what 2024 has been already, right? 2023 was unpredictable as well. But you kind of expect the things that we saw from the people that we saw them from now, right? 2024. That's the different year. This year been like, boom, bam. Yes, ma'am. You heard who I am. Put some respect on it. It's that kind of, man, what do I have to say to help you guys understand? Is that kind of energy? Yeah, it's that kind of energy. Like, yeah, it's something different right now. But yeah, there's a lot of people who put themselves out, because the Five of Pentacles came out when I started talking about the people who, well, I don't remember what I was saying, but that was saying something about them not being invited, not being at all, right? I should just leave it there, because that's really what it is. You were never invited. You were never invited to this party. Oh. Wow. Whoa. I get the energy like, oh, wow. This is a part of the legendary position of these establishments, is like, this is the type of, so this can be marriage, this can be, you know, higher power, but I'm reading it as marriage. Like, I'm reading this as like a union, as a sacred union between two people. That's what it felt like when it came out, okay? So the marriage that hasn't even, you know, or not, maybe not, because that was a honk outside. These marriages that have taken place and are taking place now between these divine counterparts have been burdened enough already. You know what I mean? They've been burdened enough already. This is being written about. That was a download that I had, though. There's a journalist coming through. Like, I that was a download. I definitely got the download about a journalist. I got some other things too, because they didn't realize, like, some people think that I was 27 on the clock. Some people think that I was bullshitting about like the statutes and shit, like that, oh, they can't do this and they can't do that. They can watch you for as long as they want to without you even knowing. They can pull your records on anything they want to. Just because you get a new phone or delete the text message doesn't mean that they don't exist with the phone companies. They have to keep these records. That's what they're there for. They pay a lot of money to keep these records. Right? These are part of all these extra charges that they're charging you. Anywho. So, listen. And the reason I know a lot about this is because I worked doing that. Like, I used to be working federal grand jury subpoenas. And essentially, like, you're told even when you start doing this, like, hey, if you see someone's name on something that you know, let us know, because you're not allowed to work it and you can't say anything. Because they were federal grand and state grand. So that's when you do crimes that can be built up together. Oh, and be considered oh, and then if you traveled the country, oh, 28 on the clock. Anyway, people literally are not listening. They've been watching everything that these people have been doing because they've been in cahoots. So when you left out of the country, man, somebody left out of the country with you. When you went to go meet that worker, somebody went right behind you. They didn't tell me. That's not how I know. It's here in the bun. That's where it's coming from. So when my hair is down, maybe then you'll get a, no, you won't get it. You won't get nothing. Nothing came. Nothing. Spirits like this get nothing. You ain't getting nothing. A lot of people have been detached too from their third eye. Like there's they might not even, if I were them, I'd probably just act like I never had one. I would just conform to just some kind of below standard type of lifestyle, you know, something that's very subservient to, you know, everything and everyone, because that's where it's going. That is essentially, you like to make beds because these are the things, and some of these people don't believe it, but anyway. If it's not that, you're going to jail though, right? Anyway, listen, The policy that allows them to do this, to like go through these records and whatnot without anybody's confirmation, is statute. It's a policy with the U.S. attorney gathers all this info and it's already approved, number one. But it's statute 9-11.142 dash, I think, at the end of that. Now, they can name co-conspirators, people that are involved, but not name them, but give them like a name, and they'll consider them a co-conspirator. So they'll give them a title kind of thing. So instead of them having an actual name, they have a title. So Mr., weed smoker, because that's maybe what this person goes over there and does all the time. That's all they do. They smoke weed and they talk. So he goes over to Mr. Weed Smoker's house. Like, that could be part of the notes, right? They're investigating Mr. Weed Smoker too. Separate. They just gonna call him because he's a co-conspirator. So this is the other thing. People think that they're gonna be able to like give away their assets or whatever they've obtained off of you. But anything they give if anything they give to anybody else, they are going to start to investigate that person, and that person is going to become they're going to become an unindicted co-conspirator. So they're just going to remain watched. And those things that these people obtain after you're gone or before you come into the picture and give them whatever you're going to give them is now going to make all of the things that they obtain captive, considered as a part of what belongs to. This is how this shit works. I hope you guys understand that. So go ahead, give yourself away. Involve as many people as you'd like, because essentially those people were probably involved anyway in some shape and form. But anybody that you've given money to, anybody that's given money to you, taken money from you, because this person is watching me. I know this person is watching me. But anybody that's been giving money to you, been taking money from you, whoever you are that's done all these crimes, they are watching those people already. Okay, anyway. Unindicted co-conspirators. Do you know what co-conspirators means? Look it up, honey. So that's the part where this journalist comes in, because here's the thing. This is why people think it's not going to be related to the black magic that they've done. Okay, so this is why they think they're going to get away with that shit, which is not going to happen. The reason why is because typically anything else that people steal money and do all of these crimes for is just regular stuff, like shopping for bags, right? Stuff that, cars, watches, this, that, right? There's also money that they can confirm went towards the black magic. Okay, that's number one. That's why it gets included, because where did this $30,000 go? I keep hearing in my head $30,000, like maybe every time they got magic done. But anyway, this is why it's going on the news. This is why it's going to become a thing that you cannot do black magic. Anyway. And I love that. I love that, because nobody should be doing shit against other people's free will, period. Why can't you do stuff on your own free will? Why can't you do stuff with your own power, since you're so powerful that you can control other people's vessels without their knowledge? That's what pisses me off, because these people do this because everybody else is not aware that this black magic is being done. Number one, because it's so taboo amongst the religions. Now they don't have a choice but to make this shit illegal. You know why? Because this is the one thing that they can tie this to, that they can start to make illegal, so they can capitalize on more assets and more money. Because this is not something that they need to keep the economy going. This is not Birkin. This is not Porsche. This is not Lamborghini. These are the things that people, do crimes and stuff. This is not Rolex. This is not whatever they buy. If they're high class or if they're low class, it don't matter to me. It's all low class when you low like this, low vibrational like this. But anyway, those are the things that they don't mind, because they know already that, number one, they want to utilize a lot of these individuals. They want these people that know how to have this effect on others. So they have no problem saying, oh, okay, well, we found you to be transferring money and we know this to be suspicious of this, or just watch you and keep watching where it goes. Like, they're going to start busting up on these fucking workers now. Okay? So now these workers, We don't care about your PayPal. We don't care about your out of country. You're being dragged into. These people don't realize like the collusion is all valid. It's because of 3443, because of all of the technology and features that we have right now that there's nothing that you can do that's not being seen. I can dig in my butt right now. Once I turn this off, somebody saw it. Guarantee you. The way that body was hanging over in the trash can, digging in my trash. Anyway. This is why it's going to be released in the news, but this is why it's going to become a crime to be able to do black magic, is because that is something that they can capitalize on. That is something that they don't have any control over, that this would give them power and control over it. They could start to seize more things and more opportunities for themselves, to use people to do this, this gang stalking type of stuff, because there's also this whole sense of collusion to be able to gain more on their own defenses, right? But this is an easy way for them to do it, right? We've got this whole big old consorted crime with all these crazy people. And think about the people in collusion and who they were in collusion against. The character, the quality of the character, how the people even present, period. And you have to understand, a lot of the people that they went after had public personas, not to even say that anybody was like pretending, but they had a public appearance. Let's just say that, because that's what came out first. They had a public appearance. They had already been seen by people and known by people. It's not like the collective was hidden under some shell. No, it's just that you guys came and wanted to co-conspirate things around the collective to make the collective seem like something after people had even known the collective. That's the crazy part. Or just to be an intrusion and malicious. It's just wild. But that's why this shit is going to be a part of what ends up being considered a crime. Black magic, 3636 on clock. So this is going to be released to the news because of that, because of how they're going to be treating it, because this is really like crazy, the amount of collusion and the people that couldn't, just like we've all heard about kids killing their parents. We've all heard about this and this and this and this. These are things that, like, where is the popcorn? Because people don't even realize that this shit is going down. A lot of people won't give you a lock of their hair because of how they feel about black magic and stuff like that, and voodoo. But they don't want to acknowledge that this shit is really going on every single day. Every single day. But this is something that the government can do by making it a crime. The government has not only helped protect society. I love this. Anyway. Yo. Spiritual burp. I don't even know what's that. I have incense. I inhale some incense. But, excuse me. I don't think you guys can hear it though. My person is perfect for me. Yeah, that's the thing. I've heard men, I'm going to go ahead and keep 100. I've heard men describe things a couple times, and I feel like you guys are so stupid when men do this, right? They say something like, this man wrote something like, and I probably brought this up on my channel already, like, even if the person isn't perfect, as long as they're loyal. What? That is perfect. Loyalty is perfect to me. You guys are confused and fucked up in the head because you think that something other than what you should be getting is because you want to create something that doesn't really exist. You want some thought bitch that's going to be there for more than the thought bitch shit. No, that's why you got to get a mountain thought. The one that climbs mountains. They just look like they, have sex on the top of them. They don't, stay out of people's business. No, but listen. No, that's like funny. Look at the bright side is what Spirit's telling me. Okay, so let's look at the bright side for a minute. But that's been illuminated. Like, that's all of this has been illuminated. That was the illumination of this too, so that people understood, like, yes, no, they're looking at your stuff. They're looking at your records and your bank accounts and your text messages and your locations and your, travel and the people who you visit and what you bring when you go into their homes or how you get there and all these other things. Like, they're looking at every goddamn thing. Anyway, the collective knows now that their words hold power. So what they say is their reality. Like, nobody else gets to control this vessel. Nobody else gets to try to control this. Like, I don't know why people are, yeah. Collective doesn't mix words. They're not going to say something they don't mean. And I think that was coming out just because it's kind of like the people from the past want to pretend like, where is it? Because I know I wrote it down, and it's something that 19 Keys said. He said that when a person changes, you have to learn how to like the new person that they've become. They don't like the new person that you've become, collective. So they'd have to learn how to like the new person that you've become, or they're going to probably end up feeling like you some way, shape, or form killed the old person. Like, you changed, you did something, you know what I mean? And it's like, no, I grew. No, I evolved. No, I got better. No, I got healthy. No, I have mental clarity. No, I have, peace, solidarity, structure, organization, like all these wonderful things, love, compassion, all these things. So they want you to be the old person, and people get really mad when you're not the old person. They come back as though they've been there. Like, well, you're not who you were a year ago. You're not who you were 2 years ago. I had somebody actually text message me, and when I was like, go away, they got livid. And I'm like, okay, I mean what I'm saying. I'm trying to help you to understand this, but you need to go away. I don't want you. You're not a thought. I'm not thinking about you somewhere. No. People from the past come back. And then this person wants to send me a text, a screenshot, mind you, of a text message from like a year and a half ago. You want to send me a year and a half ago? You expected me to be the same person that I was a year and a half ago? And that's what a lot of people are shocked at too. They don't realize that, like, at some point you really grew a lot. Like, you may have been like 41 on the clock. You may have been like on a master plan to get what you really wanted, which was something that was just going to be so fulfilling in every way, shape, or form, right? Like, you wanted more out of life. You wanted more for yourself. 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 And you were comfortable with being by yourself to obtain it. And now you've obtained it. And that's what's so luscious about this. And, that's why it seems like all of these things that people have done or were doing or could possibly even be still doing, who knows, don't bother you at all, because it's not your life. You know that life is unpredictable, right? To begin with. So you're embracing that, and there's nothing anybody can do about what you've got planned next. And the problem is that no one knows what you have planned next. So that's why everybody's going scatterbrain too. It's like, why are they mad? I'm gonna actually do a why they mad, and I'm gonna to break it down as much as I possibly can, because they are mad and they probably don't even know why they're mad. And there's so many levels of this. It's like, because it's like the collective is only available to these haters because the haters be looking for the collective to hate on them. It makes no sense. If I don't want something in my life, I disassociate with it, right? If I don't like something, if somebody makes me feel some kind of way, knowing that they exist, I forget the motherfuckers exist. They don't wrinkle around in the back. What the fuck? My cranium was just kind of like, oh no, we got to get that shit out. No. This is the problem. People don't clear their energies. People are so full of other people's energies. You know what? All of this mixing and collaborating all over the place. I don't care if you're female and you're with another female. Don't matter. I don't care. It's still about the mixture of the multiple energies. People need to cleanse their energy. People don't cleanse their energies. They just be with everybody. People think that, this is what pisses me off too. Like, people with Asperger's, they don't touch certain people. They don't want to be around certain people because they feel that energy. They be like, no, I don't blame them. Do you? I never blame them. People with Asperger's like me. They love me actually because I understand. I'm here. I'm on an energetic level with everybody vibrationally. It's whether or not that 4433. It's whether or not they would choose to accept it. That's what people's problem is. They want to be, they want to, I don't know, they want to be in competition. They want to, be exactly the same as you. They want to, think they're better than you. And it's like, why do you want all this stuff as opposed to wanting yourself? That's why you envy the collective so much, because the collective is so focused on themselves. The collective loves themselves so much, it drives you fucking mad. The way that they do the things they do. The way you do the thing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, collective. Every day and every night. In the afternoon. Just to keep it right. I'm just saying, do it. Do it, do it, do it. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because that's pretty much enough of it. People gonna feel some kind of way. 10 Pentacles on the bottom here. And it's just the 2 of Pentacles after that, so it's not like it's anything other than balance. 45 was on the clock, so I'm just keeping it 100. I'm gonna leave it up. The last card is though this lover situation. So I hope everybody enjoys this message. I hope this has been helpful and enlightening in some way, shape, or form. I hope I got out a lot of these downloads that I had, because that would be good, because there's so many and I just be like, oh my gosh. Because their energy, they're so ill. I'd be sitting hoping that they're getting themselves together so they can live a different life, that's more fulfilling to them on their, not in competition or by looking at another individual. I really want people to learn and grow, to love themselves in like this remarkable, wonderful way that really uplifts their soul and brings them into, a different autonomy of things, if you will. I like that idea. One more for the road. An oracle for the road. An oracle for the road. Wisdom. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom. As the Buddha taught, wisdom is the actual means by which we can purify ourselves. Just knowing this brings calmness and then faith, and eventually it brings truth to the light. I think that we are in the truth and the light section of this, don't you, collective? Let that be truth and light and wisdom for all, okay? Yes, I said it like that on purpose. Anyway, I think this is super good. I think this is super amazing. It's a 3 and a 2, which I think are great numbers. Together they make 5. Boop! High five, collective. You've really done it. You are stepping into the truth and the light season of your life. And I love this for you. I absolutely, positively do. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.